So that's what a god's last breath sounds like. SOB has some lungs on him. His kind have always been scared of you, boss. Couldn't accept that this world was never about him. Don't let him shake you. He's wanted to make that speech for years. Quitting was the only real decision he ever made.
Hear this, Coda. How do I turn on the echo? Here we are. Hear this, Coda, and your so-called fan community. As of now, the Magic Circle is open source. Anyone who wishes to contribute to its development may enter and do so. But before I go, I have a new game for you. The rules are easy to learn, for they are an exact mirror of reality. The electric bill strikes in less than 1 week from today. It pays for those servers, without which our tools just don't work. So, unless one of you generates a playable experience by then, and sells that game for enough to pay that bill, it all goes dark, kids. The first person to ship a game wins, and will retain creative approval on all future titles. See, there's always a sequel. You will, in effect, have my job. I would say have fun with that, but I think you've had quite enough. Coda? All yours. Let them in!
He did it. He quit the world. I'm the closest thing he'll ever have to a kid, and he never knew I was a... What's that?
Welcome. Welcome, friends, to the Magic Circle. Now, I know Starfather's conditions may seem daunting at first, but a short timeline was always part of our playbook on the forums. We have our own script, we have a focused feature set, and a massive team. Together, we can do this. I know the tools. Let me guide you to the full realization of our vision before we have to pay that bill. No, don't you see? We've already won! There's no contest, you don't have to compete! That's what he wants! Can't you see? Damn it, stop playing around! You don't understand! It's not just a game anymore! It's not just a
game! Boss, you heard him. At least some piece of this world has to get finished and sent out in order for me to escape. And these freaks wouldn't trust them to finish a sentence. Gotta be you. Get out of here. Find a safe place to build. Well, with all that going on in the overworld, this is the only safe place left. So, you know I want out. But I also wanted you to build something of your own, which meant going elbow deep in the guts of the cosmos and figuring it all out for yourself, without much help from me. And after seeing the handiwork of the old gods, can you blame me? The creation game needs new blood. Well, enough talk. Let's see what you got. Think of your world like a body, and you gotta pick what its bones look like. Each piece got its own purpose and fits with the next one. Like the skull. 1 is functional, 2 could be charming, 10 is just a shitty album cover. We ain't got a lot of life in here, so we'll have to think small. We make a sample experience that someone might just pay for, so I can sneak out inside it, like an escape pod. The public explores your world, and at last, I'll get to see theirs. Now that you're playing God, I'll pretend to be your hero and tell you everything you did wrong. When I'd personally call the thing a thing, I'll tell you. But it'll be up to you to actually launch it.
Looks like this is my chance to take a shot at creation. I'm going to leave you guys with the music for a minute while I pick out what I want my world to look like.
You really put in the time, felt around in all the dark corners. You deserve a little more life and joy. All this was worth some extra life as well.
Looks like our poking around really did pay off. So over on the right is the life bar, and anytime you place any of these objects down, it takes away a little bit of that. On the plus side, it looks like I have the same tools at my disposal that I had going through the game. I think we all know where I'm going with this. In addition to being able to place down creatures and send them on patrol routes, we have treasure and health. Placing down treasure won't really give the hero any benefit, although it is a lot of fun to pick up. Health will increase their health if they take a little bit of damage in a fight. Of course, any good game needs a story, and the story object will allow us to place these little triggers down in the world, and dispense some narrative dialogue to the player. And finally, this music trigger allows us to place music into the game. Unfortunately, this guitar track doesn't play while the player's playing, so we'll have to do a little bit of scoring ourselves. I think I got a pretty good thing going here, so let's see what it plays like.
Huh. Okay. I feel almost motivated now. Hey, at least it's worth looking around. Yeah, getting bored here. Hint, hint.
Maybe I jumped into this a little too prematurely. The pro gets bored pretty easily. And he also gets bored by seeing the same stuff over and over, so in order to keep him excited and keep him from dying, we'll have to put in a nice variety of stuff, while also filling out the game's world.
Okay. I'm gonna score your work like a real reviewer. Brace yourself. It ain't the worst thing I've ever played, but that's the best thing I can say about it. I would stand on street corners and advise the innocent not to purchase this. I give it 1 out of 10. That's my score for it. But it's good enough for the fans. They just want closure. I'm ready to meet them all. If this is good enough for you. Sure, you do the work, and I shall gladly opine.
Well, here we are. Just like that, I, the player, have become the Starfather himself. I've been tasked with keeping safe the Magic Circle. Through decades of technical limitations, internal development disagreements, and fan outcry, Ishmael Gilder felt that Magic Circle slip away from him, and now it falls on me to carry on in his wake. Right now, though, none of that other stuff matters. This moment is about the purity of creation. I have an idea in my head, more or less, partially shaped by my journey, and partially bullshitted up from my own imagination. Coming up with this idea isn't enough, though. There are tools here that allow me to tell my story through an interactive medium, the video game. This, again, isn't enough. The narrative throughline is a bit flat. I need to round it out and give it some shape. How about a circle? The tool set is lacking and the combat mechanics look downright childish, but I'm not going to let that stop me. I still believe in the Magic Circle. A fresh coat of paint, jaw-dropping realism, and armies of people churning out hours of content wouldn't mean anything if you couldn't foster that spark that allows you to connect with the player through this thing that you've created. The Magic Circle is out there, and I intend to find it. Is it escapism? Is it childish roleplay? Simply immersion? Power fantasy? On the one hand, the Magic Circle is bullshit. On the other hand, though, the Magic Circle is everything. Looks like I finished up, so let's see what I came up with.
Hey, some action. I guess I'd like action. Hey, this detour was actually worth my time. Yeah. Treasure should be an aha moment. This is great. This badly, which is a good thing, by the by. Sweet spot. Good boy. You're my favorite. Come on, nobody's that good. I actually feel a psychic mandate to recommend this game to the friends I don't have. Maybe you actually are the chosen one. I can finally call you boss and actually mean it. 9 out of 10, bravo! So, that's the score I'd give it. But it's more than good enough for Joe Public, boss. I'm ready to meet 'em all. If this is good enough for you. Okay, it's time. Little late to come clean, but I guess this is hello. I said I need to escape, but you probably know by now that my jail ain't made of bricks. Fact is, boss, I got a need for the new. Can't help it. You think it's just these gods who fell short? Nah. They're all adding bells and whistles to the same damn machine. So I wanted you to play God for a day, but not out of some great kindness of spirit. It's 'cause there's a 1,000,000,000 chance that maybe now fun ain't enough. Maybe now you want a world all your own, enough to carve it by hand. And maybe in your story, I won't see the end coming. Anyways, you got the fire now. Lead the way already. Oh, and boss, hope you got a plan B.
Hey, congratulations on the release of episode 1, which is, I guess, what you call an unfinished thing people pay for. So yeah, you kept the lights on, and against my better judgment, this is me deciding to work for you. I know, my brand was all about winning, but Cody used it to beat me. So I wrote her, daring her to ruin my name. But I'm not sure she can read her mail through all those big, sloppy fangirl tears. Anywho, with Ish gone, and you technically being in charge of the next game, we really need to talk about episode 2. I'm opening your channel. Your new team has some questions.
Hey, so new boss. Cool. This is Scape, the art director, and I just was wondering, what's our plan now for color schemes? Hey, so, listen, I wanted to clarify with you whether or not we're actually going after a multiplayer solution.
Look, whatever you do, don't add multiplayer. Our analysts predict that the 24th century is going to be all about your vision, your time, your investment.
Totally help us to find me as well. Listen, to be here, monetize those taxes.
That'll do it for the Magic Circle. Still got one more video of bonus content to clean up, but for those of you who stuck around this long, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys around.